It is that time of year again. It is that festive time. It is that holiday time. Some people celebrate Hanukkah. Some people celebrate Christmas. Some people don't celebrate at all. But for those who are more culturally inclined, we celebrate Kwanzaa. Today, we are going to deep dive with our brother Seti. We have the Empower Hour junior hosts with us as well. And we're going to really break it down for you guys. What is Kwanzaa? What does it mean for us? Why we celebrate it? And what is that whole vibe about? Today on the Empower Hour.
I think this is deep.
Welcome to the Empower Hour. We're bringing power to the people because the people have the power. This squad's going to entertain, enlighten, and empower y'all. I'm Queen Kaya, joined by Pharaoh Hammond Freeman and Gina the Great. But before we do anything else, like always, we're going to bless this show and our kings and queens listening.
I am so grateful to life. I'm so grateful to God, our creator. I'm so grateful to the ancestors for making it possible for us to be on here today. And I ask that today's episode, peoples, let it be uplifting, let it be entertaining, let it be fun. Most importantly, let it be empowering for every one of our listeners. And we're sending out that spirit of love, that spirit of light, that spirit of unity, that spirit of strength, great health, wealth, and peace to each and every one of our listeners. Hotep, amen, and Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe.
Did you hear me singing at the end? That Ashe is because of the episode with Jen last week. Ashe. And big shout out to our listeners who support the Empower Hour. We appreciate you. Thank you for all the positive feedback that we get from you guys. It's very encouraging and just helps us continue doing what we're doing. It gives us our raison d'être. We have a special for you guys today, right? We're talking Kwanzaa. We're going into the details of what Kwanzaa is about. We're starting off with the junior hosts. They're back. They came on to bless us to talk about their perspective on Kwanzaa. And then after that, we're going to deep dive with our brother Seti from Afrocentricity. Afrocentricity. All right, that's the name of his organization, but he deep dives about what Kwanzaa is and the details about Kwanzaa. So that's going to be dope. With that, stay tuned. We're going to dive in when we come back. No, it's not just because he's my brother. It's because you can't talk hip-hop in Montreal without saying M-City Solo. Guys, check out his latest project, In My Fields, available on mcitysolo.com. If it's not one of the hardest new EPs to hit Montreal, come and let me know. You already know. It's your boy, Pharaoh, bigging up, mcitysolo.com. If you're a small to medium-sized business and you're getting started and you're ready to go to that next level, what do you need? You need a phone line and you need a website. Think Mainstream Digicom. They got all your telecommunication needs checked. MainstreamDigicom.com.
Girl, what are you cooking?
My curry chicken.
Ooh, you're burning it.
Oh, gosh, it looks so...
It's okay, girl. You need the Curry House. They have the best Caribbean food in town. 2 locations in Montreal, West Island, and Côte-Neige. For more information, follow Caribbean Curry House, MTL. Don't forget to mention the Empower Hour for your 10% discount.
So, who placed in the order?
Me.
One full circle. We are the Melanated Community Resource Hub and Network. What does that mean? We're here for each other.
Parlay with the people. Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people. Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people. Parlay with the people, y'all.
Yes, beautiful people. That is the sounds of one of the West Can Junior drummers, like we had said. So, We are back. As you guys know, this is Parlay with the People. And we have a special, like we had discussed at the beginning of the show. We have the Empower Our Junior team back with us. Hey.
Shots.
Yes. The year has went by very quickly, I have to say.
Yeah.
Right? And I know, like, so we said we'd give you guys some time. Because there's a lot going on in the world, so we didn't want to impose, like, you know, you guys having to come to the radio, juggle everything happening with school and with happening in the world. But definitely next year, people are going to be expecting to hear you guys more back on.
Like the Kwanzaa celebration. Kwanzaa!
Okay. You know what? That is and you know what? Thank you, Nzinga, because this is a perfect segue for us. Because I thought it was great to have you guys on today. Because it is holiday time. Last episode we were discussing just about Christmas and different things like that, and what it meant to people. But we have a cultural celebration that we do, and that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. But so first, let's hear you guys' perspective. First of all, when we talk about Christmas, when we talk about the holidays, what comes to you guys' mind? What's you guys' perspective on it? And then we'll talk about what you guys think about Kwanzaa.
Okay. Well, I'll start. So my perspective on Christmas, well, I just see it as kind of just another holiday kind of thing, like just like St. Patrick's Day. It's something that we celebrate it kind of thing, but it's not something that I necessarily like take in as much as I do with Kwanzaa. It's not that like I hate Christmas, like it's just that for me, like, because the whole concept of like telling children that some man is coming down your chimney and putting presents in your house, like I just feel like that just doesn't resonate with me. So
you're not feeling it?
Yeah, and yeah, but I feel like it's just another holiday where family comes together. They eat, share conversation, and just kind of like a coming together, like a reason to come together and celebrate as a family.
Okay, that's a cool perspective. Cool, Ben.
My perspective on like Christmas is just like as Huey said, it's a regular holiday, like Valentine's Day and stuff. We don't necessarily celebrate. Well, yes, we celebrate Christmas with our grandmother because she's a Christian. So yeah, and
a Christian.
Yeah,
Is a Christian?
Yeah,
she is.
Yeah, Nana's a Christian, right?
Okay.
That's true.
So
Good observation, Fan. That went right over my head.
Yeah, shoot, wow.
And Fan, stop playing with that because you're gonna hear it on the mic. Yes. Go ahead.
So yeah, what was I saying?
Yeah, you're saying So we celebrate because now actually no, Madra and Nana celebrate, and it's funny because it's like I do find that it is something that's supposed to be for the children, but it does seem like it's a lot of the older generation that keep up the tradition.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a very cool observation.
Yeah, like I like the whole concept of Christmas and stuff, like giving gifts and stuff, spending time with your family. It's basically just like Kwanzaa, but except with Kwanzaa there's more principles and stuff, and like
More meaning behind the gifts.
I just don't get the whole Santa Claus thing.
Right.
Like just as you said, a big fat white man coming down your chimney.
Right.
It's not giving, you know?
Right.
Not giving,
I
wow.
dig. Neff, you have a perspective on it?
Okay, well, me personally, I kind of like Christmas. I just like the vibe that Christmas gives to the environment. You know, I like the peppermint vibe. You know, that's what I like about Christmas, and like I like the tradition of it.
Okay.
Like our grandmother, she makes pastels and stuff around Christmas. I like those.
Right.
I just like the traditional vibe. You
That's
know?
it, right?
I like having to go. Like it was either I would go over to you guys' house in the morning, or I'd sleep over there at Christmas Eve and wake up there. See, it's just a nice.
That
vibe,
is true. That Christmas tradition. I like that. That is a very good point. We don't really do much Christmas treeing at our house anymore either. But you know that sometimes like people enjoy that. Also the smell of the pine tree and that kind of vibe from decorating a tree. So Nzinga, what is your perspective? What's your thoughts on Christmas?
So Christmas is a special celebration. We celebrate with all kinds of people. Even my auntie Chantal, who just moved to Ghana.
True.
They celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
And
this whole Santa Claus thing at Phenomenal says, well, first I thought Santa Claus was real until I heard he wasn't.
Right. Yes. That's what he said. And
like he said, old fat,
Jesus.
naked white man.
Nzinga, please. What color is Santa Claus's clothes?
Red.
Exactly. So he's definitely not naked. Oh my gosh. I don't know where she got this idea. But yeah, so okay, so
like when he done the chimney for a boil hot water.
Right. Okay. Yes. In certain cases, yes, there's boiling hot water at the end of people's chimneys. I don't know why or how, but yes, but the whole idea is that the story is that there's a man that comes down your chimney and brings presents, but we know that there's more to it, and that's just not the reality, right? And that it's something because we've always kept it 100 with the children. So, just the whole idea of keeping the story of, Santa Claus coming down the chimney just didn't resonate with us when we had Huey or Adonijah. So we let them know from early on that wasn't happening. Same with the Tooth Fairy. We let you guys know what time it was. And
I tried to hang on to the Tooth Fairy because I remember when I was younger, I would lose so many teeth, and then I'd be like, okay, yeah, the Tooth Fairy's coming, and then Dad would be like, no, it's not. I'm like, no, it is. Like, how do I get this? Oh, how do I get the money? We give it to you. No,
I remember.
Yeah.
Stop.
No, but sometimes parents, you have to pull the Band-Aid off with the children. Just pull it off right away. Let them know, because just the idea of just keeping this lie going. How weird would it have been if you came to realize later in life, and wouldn't it have been like, yo, so you guys been lying to us this whole time?
Yeah, sure.
Guys, you guys know, to my word. I keep it 100. So let's dive in, and after this, we will have an opportunity, guys, to deep dive with our brother Seti, who's going to explain to the community really what is Kwanzaa and different things like that and the principles. But I would like you guys' perspective. So we've introduced you guys to Kwanzaa as our cultural celebration in the year of Christmas. We still do a kind of like Christmas at the house still, but we put more emphasis on the Kwanzaa. So in you guys' perspective or opinions, talk about Kwanzaa. What do you think about Kwanzaa?
Yeah. When I think of Kwanzaa, I think of us all like coming together, and celebrating the different principles, like the 7 principles. And I like Kwanzaa because, like, with the gifts that we would do or the games that we would play on Kwanzaa, like on the day of the principle, it would relate to like the principle and what lesson we're learning for that day. So, like, for example, the first principle, Umoja. And it represents unity. Like, we would play games that we all play together, games that we have to use teamwork, and then like whatever gift that you guys give us, like we would have to come together and think about a gift that we would want. So like just those type of things, I feel like that's how I think of Kwanzaa.
Good, I like that. Ben?
I like Kwanzaa. Because aside from, like, other than Christmas, it has, like, principles and stuff, like things that you could actually learn from it. I like how it's for 7 days, so gifts every day.
Gifts every day. Sometimes.
Well, we do something every day, and you guys get little trinkets every day.
Yeah.
Come on.
Jesus.
Every day is like a life lesson. Because there's always lessons, like, even in the presents, even in like the games that we play.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like unity, I think we did something with like an arm crossing around the heart.
Oh yeah.
We had to kind of lean on each other.
Yes.
That was cool. That was a cool activity. Nice. Okay. And Neff, what's your thoughts on Kwanzaa?
I like Kwanzaa. I like the candles. Once again, the tradition of it.
Exactly.
That every year we come together, the candles and whatnot. That really, I like that.
Yeah.
And but I feel like these days, after Aunt Chantal and Uncle Nate moved to Ghana with Alan Can, I feel like the tradition and the everybody in one house together in the evening is gone.
It is a little different, yeah.
It's not the
like
same.
they do join us on Zoom.
Yeah.
But it is different because also even the time of day. Yeah, because to accommodate them in Ghana, we have to do it like way earlier. So if not, it's super late for them if we did it at night. So yeah, so we are adjusting, but again, because we're family, right? And these are one of the principles in terms of just coming together and working together and being creative. So this is what Kwanzaa is. But good, thank you, nephew, for sharing. So Nzinga, what is your thoughts on Kwanzaa?
My Kwanzaa thoughts is that we get to show all the family, and we get to meet each other to make a little bit of more friends. And
true, you get to meet different people. That's very true too.
Yeah, and Kwanzaa we celebrate it, and we can hold our favorite candles. And like you said, I can only open the boots on Christmas, but
yes. Oh my gosh, Nzinga's spilling all the tea. We did get her a pair of boots that she was supposed to be part of her Kwanzaa gifts, because that is what, like Fran was saying, we do get a bunch of different little gifts that we give throughout the week, but the boots are just so dope, she had to wear them now. So we took them out the box earlier. But yes, thanks Nzinga for sharing that. So you guys know, so we're having a Kwanzaa event coming up, where basically, so it's the OFC, Westcan, and Afrocentricity. We're coming together to host an activity, an event. Now you guys have been doing a lot. You guys have been performing a lot. You guys have been doing a lot of presentations. What's the experience like for you guys? Because for sure you guys are going to be there. You guys are going to drum and dance at this celebration. So what is it like for you guys? And anybody who wants to give your perspective, you can. But just as being a performing family and for presenting the culture, what do you guys think about that? How you guys feel about it?
Well, when it comes to like performing and stuff like that, because like it's a cool experience, because I like that we're able to do this at like a young age, that we're able to like have this type of experience under our belt, to be able to perform in front of any like audience on any stage, and just to be comfortable with it since we've been doing it for so long. And it's nice because we're able to do it with all our cousins, our siblings, and it's fun to do it every time.
You guys are kind of like a Afro-Caribbean Jackson family.
Oh, yes, of course. That's us. But it's a cool experience for us to all come together and spend time with each other.
That's very cool. Other thoughts?
I like performing with everybody, Westcan and stuff. I like that we have like this group. And it's kind of, even though some of us like are not blood family members, it still feels like we're a family. Kind of like we share things, we have parties together, like game nights and stuff. And I like just like showing people like the Afro-Caribbean style of dancing and stuff. And like when we go to shows, they're like, oh my gosh, whoa, that's so cool. Look at their costumes, all the colors. So yeah, I like that.
Is it ever too much pressure?
Only when we have to wake up at like really early in the morning to go places. That's
Nephi, do you want to share your experience?
Well, like they said, I like going places with them. I like, because we've traveled a lot around Canada with this performances that we do.
Right,
I like being, a family together, hanging out with my cousins, doing shows and stuff. But the only, to the pressure thing that you said, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, like I know what I'm doing when I'm dancing, but like right before, like the 5 seconds before I go on stage, that's always when I'm the most nervous. That's when I'm like, oh my gosh, what if I like make a mistake? But then I get into the dance and then I know I'm fine. You know?
And then that's why they make you guys practice, and practice on top of those practices, so that even if you guys are nervous, whatever the case, is going to come out automatically because you guys have practiced it so much. So Nzinga, what are your thoughts on being a performer?
My performer thing is that we get to share all our perform to different families, and they're like Nephi said, ooh, look at those patterns and costume stuff.
Yes, what do you think about dressing up?
The dressing up stuff is kind of cool. Like the time I had to be a cop, I was like, oh, I don't know how to be a cop. I'm just a child.
Because Nzinga also took part in another performance with it was a seniors group. The name is slipping my mind right now, but there's a seniors group that West Canada works with as well, and Nzinga had to be the security officer or the police guard in the play that they did. Yes.
Big things.
Yeah, man, the name of the group is slipping my mind.
It's the USBCA.
Sorry,
it's not USBCA.
No, it's the for senior aging. It's anyways, it's slipping my mind right now. But anyway, shout out to you guys. Auntie Cynthia runs that group or is a part of the group. But yes, no, and actually, so. As we're talking costumes, we're talking outfits. So you guys do have some. I see some African drip on. So first, give us our shout out to Uncle Nate and Auntie Chantel, Kayan and Naila, who are in Ghana, and they made it a point to send us a special package with some new African drip. So what do you guys think about your head ties, dresses, jackets? Dashikis. I'm wearing one of my dashikis. But what do you guys think? Because this is our culture. It's not conventional. Right? We're not wearing the conventional outfits, so to speak. So what are you guys' thoughts in terms of how our culture portrays fashion?
Well, I feel like it's very different because I remember getting this jacket from Auntie Chantal and Uncle Nate. I don't think they gave it to me while they were in Ghana. This was like before. And I really like it because I like how it's different. Like it stands out from anything that anyone else would wear. Because like even like I would wear this same jacket to school sometimes, and it's like a lot of people, they wear like kind of the same type of clothing. When then they see this and it's like everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's like that jacket's so amazing because
it just stands right out.
Like it just pops out and it really shows like my culture, and I'm able to say that yes, this jacket came from Ghana. I got it from my aunt and my uncle. So it really just like it represents well. It represents Ghana and Africa well.
Nice. And you guys have anything else you want to say about that?
I like the African clothes and stuff. Not just because it looks super awesome and like I can really I slay this.
Yeah.
But also because of like the patterns and stuff. I know on this dress I have a lot of patterns that I'm wearing right now. I don't know if they can see. They can't see it.
Of course they can. Well, our listeners who are listening on the radio, they can, but those who are watching the podcast can.
Yeah, because I like this, but like I'm more like Huey sweater because he can like flip it inside out, right? But it'll still be a different.
Inside.
Yeah, you got that kente on the inside and the wildness on the outside. Dope.
I like that.
Yeah. Anything else? Did you want?
Oh yes, I would like to talk about Huey's sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like to talk.
that was supposed to be mine.
Oh, nice.
What?
It was.
Okay.
I asked
No,
her
it wasn't.
before. She said, "Yeah, after Huey, I'm just gonna give it to Huey for now, but like you can wear it. You can have it after."
Oh, like a hand-me-down. Like a hand-me-down. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's okay.
After we come from generations of hand-me-down.
Guys, it's gonna be hand down to my son. My first son. Or my first daughter.
Yeah. I kind of borrow it sometimes too.
Oh yeah.
Pretty dope. Thank you, Nzinga. And Nzinga, did you have anything else you want to add?
Not really.
No, okay. And Nzinga, and on your end, did you have anything else you want to add about the clothes that?
I would like to talk about Huey's sweater.
How do you want to talk about Huey's sweater? Nzinga.
I like your dresses.
All your dresses. You have like 15 dresses. You don't want to talk about all the dresses. Your long dresses, your wide dresses. You had 2 dresses this morning that you were wearing.
Nzinga's like, well, you want to talk about it?
You want to talk about it? Sure, Dad. Seems like I'm more
So we get to do a thing with my dresses. One time I wore the really fancy one that looked like Cinderella's on my birthday.
Yes, some big ball dresses too. Yes, you do. Good. And what do you think about the colors in our African dresses?
Like yours. Yours has a lot of colors.
Yeah.
Oh wait, mine's have a little poofy over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the color I have is blue and red, and I think there's a gold and pink and red.
And you like those colors?
Good job, Nzinga. You're very well spoken. And again, to one more time, can I get everybody's ages, starting with the youngest?
Oh,
How old are you?
You have to say it in English.
I'm 5.
Good.
And Leffy?
I'm 13.
And Finn?
I'm 12.
And I'm 15.
15.
And Daddy?
Wow. Oh my gosh, I'm 42. Okay.
Oh, Dad, by the way, you want to...
Jeez. Okay, guys.
them know.
So, all right. So, guys, so basically, so we've done the tour. We spoke about the culture, so we have the event coming up. So the event is coming up this week. Is there anything you guys are looking forward to for this coming event that we're doing?
I'm looking forward to the food. 'Cause I know that... I remember last time we were there, the food was very well.
Very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very well cooked. Shout out to the chef. I'm not sure who it was, but it was very good.
Food was lit. Anything else?
And I'm also looking forward to being able to come together and seeing other families that also celebrate Kwanzaa. 'Cause I feel like that's a cool thing to see. Because, well, like at school, I know that there are not a lot of people that celebrate Kwanzaa. But it's cool to come together with people with the similar mindset that we all have about Kwanzaa and to be able to come celebrate it with them.
Nice. Cool. Anything else?
Finn?
Oh, I always like going to these Kwanzaa like events and stuff because it's not because there's a difference between going and just like it's just like a regular event and like no one really knows like what the patterns are in your clothes. No one really knows. They're like, oh, that's a nice thing, but they don't know it's called a dashiki or some things. So I like being able to connect with the people there and like be able to relate to things.
I like that.
Like what they said, you know, I like being able to connect with the people there. I like being able to see somebody be like, yeah, they do the same thing I do. You know, have some kind of what's it called? Like, you know, connection.
Right.
Some a common ground.
Right. Yeah.
As to say,
Things in common. I like that. And Zinga, so we have a party this coming week. Are you excited for the party?
Yep, and we get a lot of toys and gifts and stuff.
Yes, we do get toys, we get gifts, and we play a lot of games during Kwanzaa as well. And you guys mentioned something that made me think, what's the cultural representation like in school? Like, just in general, like right now, like, you know, outside of just Black History Month, which is normally the time where we could represent Black culture, because you mentioned, like, you know, people don't really discuss Kwanzaa and stuff in school. But what's culture like in school? Like, is there any type of culture in school? Like, and if so, like, what is it like?
I would say the culture in school, it's mainly just white people, and it's like their kind of general idea of things. So it's like they mainly celebrate like Christmas with their families. But I know a lot of people, what they do is at school is that like they go on vacation every holiday.
Right.
Like kind of like to the same place every year. Like that's like their tradition kind of thing. Yeah. So it's cool to see that like different, like it's a different kind of energy too.
Okay, right. But there's not really much Black representation, so to speak, or cultural representation in that sense.
No.
What about Hanukkah and different things like that? Do people come in?
No.
I know somebody who celebrates Hanukkah,
Right.
and she seems very connected with her things, but I don't know anybody else other than that one person.
But it's not really. So in school, the predominant thing is Christmas. Everybody's Christmas. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And what do you guys think it would be like if? Well, first of all, is that? Oh, you have something you want to add? Go ahead, Zika.
So like Huey said, the food was very good, and I think a long time ago there was a big Getty dinner that was made by the Wickham families.
Yes. Oh, okay. Thank you, Nzinga, for that.
And my mom made the spaghetti.
You enjoy it, eh? Yes, yeah. You're special, mommy. But you know, I do have to appreciate Nzinga's just confidence and her ability to completely just take over the conversation.
Yep.
So like I was just saying, just quickly as we're wrapping up the conversation, just to bring some light to the cultural aspect. But I was going to ask you guys, like, in your opinion, would you want to see more cultural representation in your school, or would it make you guys uncomfortable? Like you know, what would be your experience like? Like, what would you want more cultural representation? Yes.
Okay, so I feel like it would be fun, you know, to have cultural representation at our school. Like, for example, if WestCan were to come in and do a workshop at our school, it would be very nice, you know. Might get to skip out a few classes.
Oh my gosh.
Just a little
what?
bit.
That's what you're taking out of this? Like, get to skip class, yes.
Nzinga, what happened? Sit down. Sorry, guys.
But I mean, like, I feel like it would be fun to show the people who I go to school with what it is that I usually do on a daily basis, you know? And I feel like teachers themselves would be open to this kind of stuff. Like, when you guys told me to give my teacher the Black History booklet thing, she was like, oh, yes. She was very open. She went on the website immediately. She's like, Nefertari, can you come over here and help me with this?
Cool.
You know, she's trying to get some cards now.
That's it. Okay, so you guys find that there is a general willingness from the school and from the teachers to get more cultural in the school?
Yeah, but some of them, like, I think they could have WestCan in our school, like do a workshop or something. But I don't think, not necessarily that they don't want to, but it's not their main priority to get Black history and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like, because it would be cool to see our representation of things. Like, for example, like if they put up different what's it called, decorations besides Christmas decorations. Like we have this like huge Christmas tree that's just like the size of a house inside the school, but like I don't see anything about like not just Kwanzaa, but like, even different holidays like Hanukkah and stuff like that. Like I don't see any of that necessarily represented inside the school. So I feel like it would be cool if that was represented, so we could see like the different cultures and different people's backgrounds and how they celebrate their holidays. And
because if you think, what's the point of school? School is to educate, right? It's to expose you guys to different perspectives and different things like that. So yeah, that's not a bad thing. Maybe it's time as parents that we start advocating a little bit more for more culture in the school. I know we do push a lot of the Black Biblio. We would love for more Canadian Black history to be represented in school, but I think it would be a value also to just go a little bit deeper and start bringing some of our African roots and our African cultures to the school as well. So guys, so this is so as we're wrapping up now, this is our Parlay with the People segment. We're on with our junior hosts, our junior Empower Hour hosts, who are blessing us today. So as we're closing up, I would like to hear some final words from each one of you guys, what you guys want to leave with the listeners, and it would be cool if you guys could also let us know like what you guys have in mind or what you guys would like to accomplish for next year, 2023 coming up. So I know I gave you guys two things at once, but so one, what do you guys have coming up, or what would you like to get done for 2023? And just your final word.
Okay. Well, to start, let's see. Well,
actually, wait, hold on. Can we start with the youngest?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah.
So, Nzinga, what would you like to do next year?
When next year?
Next year,
Next year.
2023.
In January, Nzinga.
In January.
That's my birthday.
Your birthday is in
August 11th.
August 11th. Okay, so let me ask you the question differently. Okay, can you just say a final goodbye for our listeners and give them some well wishes?
Oh, okay. So for Kwanzaa, we celebrate Kwanzaa and we get to hold some candles and for Kwanzaa we can eat some food and put our candles on the table with the Kwanzaa song. Kwanzaa!
Yes.
Kwanzaa!
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So that guys is a little sample of This Is Nzinga. So she is definitely also looking forward to continuing to perform and to sing for the people. And she will be doing more shows. And again, she's just reminding everybody what Kwanzaa is about and what to expect from Kwanzaa. So thank you, Nzinga, for that.
And the birthday of Kwanzaa.
Pardon me?
She's still singing the song.
Thank you, Nzinga. All right, so who's next? So we're going counterclock.
And
so
Neffy's next.
Yes.
Thank you, Nzinga. I'm gonna start with goals. So my goals for the new year is 1, to become a better singer. 2, to become better at doing hair and nails and makeup, because I feel like that's like hair in general is like something I'm trying to get better at, just so that like if I ever need to, I have a source of income.
Right.
You know?
Yep. Yeah.
Something
It's
I
a good
can do.
trade.
Yeah.
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 Good.
And goodbye wishes. Everybody have fun with your lives. You know, have a good holiday times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah. Bye.
Awesome. Thank you, Nevi.
I the goals I have for next year, 2023, is I want to be more involved with the fashion business, modeling business, because like I'm really like interested in that. Because I used to be interested in DJing, but now it's like I really like modeling and stuff. Like I feel like I would do that when I'm older.
Okay.
And yeah, so for 2023, I would like to do that and just like do, I don't know, work out or something. I don't really have any
something.
goal.
Well, no, but that's already a goal in itself. Like, you know, getting more involved into fashion and getting involved into modeling. That's a thing in itself. So it's like, you know, you don't need to double down too much. You guys are already West Can. You guys already, you know, do a lot between drumming and dancing, and then you guys are also junior hosts on the Empower Hour, and getting into fashion and stuff like that. I think that's a pretty well-rounded thing. And Huey?
Well, see. So for my goals for next year.
Oh wait, sorry. FN, did you leave our listeners? Did you say?
Oh right. Well, bye everybody. Have a great holiday break and spend time with your family and the people who count the most in your life. So yeah, bye.
Awesome.
Okay. So when it comes to goals, I want to accomplish this year. So I feel like one of the main things I would like to do is just get better at basketball, and just to play at a higher level. Just because, like, right now, like, I'm good at the level that I'm at right now, but it's like I want to, like, keep moving up and keep learning new things. Like, keep doing training with different people, keep doing, like, my workouts at the gym. Just to, like, take in any knowledge that I really can about basketball. Any training I could do with anyone. Just so I could get better and so I could play at an elite level.
Nice.
And to my goodbyes to the listeners, thank you for listening to us on CKUT. And I wish you guys a happy holidays. And again, spend time with your families and eat good food. Eat good food. Peace.
This has been great, guys. It was awesome having you guys. One thing I did forget was for you guys to share your perspective. But maybe Nzinga could share. Nzinga, what did you think about Wakanda Forever?
Ooh.
All right, guys. It seems like everybody might have a little something you guys wanted to say. I know that was one of the things I wanted to ask you guys.
Wakanda forever.
Yes.
Had to put up the Wakanda sign.
So the beginning where the Black Panther died, and this is the little white things were turning red, green. Yeah, that was pretty sad when the Black Panther died. I don't know how he died.
That was in the other episode, right? They explained that, you know, he had gotten sick, and then that's how he transcended, and they couldn't save him.
I like the Black Panther movie. It was really like I liked that they made a second one because for the first one I was like okay, but the second one I was like oh my gosh, okay, here we go. Right. But I really feel like it would be better.
I wasn't really talking.
Oh,
I think it let Phenomenal finish. You could say a final word when we're done.
I feel like it would be it would be even better if we watched it a second time with Mom and Dad when they went by themselves.
It would have been nice.
That was for research purposes.
Research purposes.
Okay, we already due to go see it again. I did want to go watch it in 3D.
Okay.
I'm so cheese.
Did you or Nephi have anything?
Yes, I have.
I thought Nephi next time.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Wakanda Forever movie, I liked it. You know, I liked the storyline. The only problem I had with it for me was the fight scenes. I found they seemed just a little bit staged, just a little bit too fake.
Okay,
The like the punches and the kicks, it wasn't enough.
I'm not sure if anything landed. There was a couple of times I'm seeing like, how come it looked like no one actually got hit? Like it seemed like it was like air punches, right? Okay, good observation.
Yeah.
All right, so you might have wanted to see a little more guts and glory. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, so I feel like it's the same thing for me. I like the movie. I like the storyline. But I was just expecting a little bit more action, like some more fighting scenes. But I also know that the character Zuri, like, she wasn't necessarily big on fighting, and especially now that since she is like the new queen of Wakanda,
right?
So it's like the new Black Panther. So it'd be like, it'd be kind of weird if all of a sudden her character was like a real like fighting person, even though that wasn't what she was in the last movie.
Right, true.
So I guess that's what the directors and the writers were thinking about. So I'm not like mad at it. It's just that I would have liked more fighting scenes. That's it.
I heard that. All right, Nzinga. So in closing, what would you like to say? What weren't you finished saying yet?
So, the blue people underwater, they were like pretty cool. The cave was a little bit scary, and I don't even know how the princess got.
The princess?
Oh,
yeah,
when
one
she
of the
like
blue people
suffocated
died. Yeah.
because she had no more oxygen with the water.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, interesting. But yeah, no, very good observation as well, Nzinga. Very good. Thank you for sharing. So, guys, I am very proud as a parent, as an uncle, just watching you guys as you are developing into young women and men, and high five to you guys. And knowing you guys were homeschooled at the beginning, and you guys your foundation was set in a certain way. I'm happy to see that the training that we had given you guys and just helping you guys to have your voice has paid off, because I think it did help. I'm watching you guys and watching how you guys could express yourself, watching your level of confidence. This is really, I couldn't ask for more. This is really why we wanted to homeschool you guys initially, was so that we could help to just ensure that you guys had a certain self-image, certain self-confidence, because we know we're in a kind of a crazy world. So sometimes it's good to make sure you guys are grounded and you have foundations. So congratulations on everything you guys are doing, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys manifesting all your intentions for 2023, and our listeners are going to be looking forward to hearing more from you guys this coming year.
Yes.
Blessings all. So guys, again, wishing you guys an amazing year from the Empower Hour team and for the Westcan and from the Westcan family. Peace and blessings, everybody. Give us a drum roll out, please, and thank you. No, it's not just because he's my brother. It's because you can't talk hip-hop in Montreal without saying M-City Solo. Guys, check out his latest project, In My Fields, available on mcitysolo.com. If it's not one of the hardest new EPs to hit Montreal, come and let me know. You already know. It's your boy, Pharaoh, bigging up, mcitysolo.com. If you're a small to medium-sized business and you're getting started and you're ready to go to that next level, what do you need? You need a phone line and you need a website. Think Mainstream Digicom. They got all your telecommunication needs checked. MainstreamDigicom.com.
Girl, what are you cooking?
My curry chicken.
Ooh, you're burning it.
Gosh, it looks so...
It's okay, girl. You need the Curry House. They have the best Caribbean food in town. 2 locations in Montreal, West Island, and Côte-Neige. For more information, follow Caribbean Curry House, MTL. Don't forget to mention the Empower Hour for your 10% discount.
So, who placed in the order?
Me.
One full circle. We are the Melanated Community Resource Hub and Network. What does that mean? We're here for each other. All right, beautiful people. So we are back. So, we have Huey who's continuing with us. We had the junior team on that's blessing us, and now we are blessed to actually speak to the man himself who is behind the organization, our brother Seti. Welcome to Parlay with the People, my brother. Thank you for being on the Empower Hour with us today.
Hotep, everyone, and thank you very much for inviting me here. Thank you, Brother Pharaoh. Thanks for the nice work you're doing organizing the community.
Thanks.
So as you already said, my name is Brother Seti Dibanda. I'm the Shinuti of AI Canada, Afrocentricity International.
Okay, so now, first of all, you're already dropping science and knowledge on the people. The Sehuti?
Seti?
Yeah, no, you said you are the
Shenuti. Yes,
Please
exactly.
educate us, my brother. We're here to learn.
Yeah, exactly. So Afrocentricity International is all about, bringing people back at the center of the existence. So it means that, using our own term also for defining us. So Shenuti, this is a word in Meduniter. It means noble.
Nice.
Yeah, right.
You see, you Medu Netter. I'm pure here. They're like, wait, what? What's Medu Netter? Sorry, I'm gonna deep dive with you, my brother. Okay, but all right, let's go one thing at a time. But just know, we need to know. We need to know. We need to understand. Okay, cool.
We are all here for that, right? Spreading the knowledge.
That's what we're here for. Okay, cool.
So for those who are maybe not aware, like the Meduniter, this is the ancient Egyptian language, right? We know that our ancestors are the one that built all the great stuff in Egypt, right? The nice pyramid, the nice social system and everything, right? So the Meduniter is the language that they were using.
So you're bringing us straight to our roots. All our listeners, you guys are welcome. We're bringing you through a little black facts today. Okay, great. All right.
Isn't that Auntie Gina's part?
Yes, it is Auntie Gina's segment, but she ain't here today, so we're carrying it for her with this segment. So good. Okay, awesome. So all right, so the term that you're using again, if you could repeat it,
Shenuti.
Shenuti.
Yes.
Okay, and it means so you are
It's like the president of the association.
Nice. Okay, cool. So good. So before we dive into the association, let's talk a little bit about you, your background. So what got you into this and different things like that.
Okay, sure. Thank you. So as I was saying, my name is Seti Dibanda. So I'm coming from Cameroon. Like I was born and raised in Cameroon, right? Cool. Like this Central Africa. And then at some point I left to go to Germany for study. And then I came here to Canada, right? Like I heard about the Canadian dream and I said, okay, I want my piece of it, right?
I like the way you turned that. I've never heard of Canadian dream, but good. I'm glad to tell it to you guys outside. Good. Good, okay. And did you expect the dream to be so cold?
Not quite. You're getting warned about it, right? Like this kind of like, oh no, it cannot be that bad. But yeah, it is that bad, actually.
But yes, okay, cool. So you had your studies in Germany, then you came into Canada.
Yeah, exactly. And and going out actually was a very powerful experience because you get to see other culture, right? And you get to see how people behave with you differently because of the color of your skin, right? And then it gets you right into that identity question, right? Like, who am I? Where am I coming from, right? And then you start questioning, right? Okay, you learn a lot of stuff about yourself from the school, right? From the books. And then, at some point you start, asking yourself the question and you realize that, the version that are in the books are not necessarily the truth, right? And, and then you start digging like, okay, so what are other versions? What are other versions of the stories, right? And, this is all that brought me first to, there was Africa Mat. It was an organization in Europe, like a lot of conferences. Really thank you to all the founder of Africa Mat, like for the great work they did, because these are the people that brought us on that path, right? And me personally.
It's called Africa Mat?
Africa Mat, yes.
Okay,
Africa Mat.
That's M-A-A-T. That's another spiritual...
exactly. It means balance.
Okay,
right?
good, yeah. Okay.
And, then we started listening to the conferences there, and we were traveling, right? In Germany, as students, we were traveling, we were going to France because they are based in France. And we're going to France to assist, to take part to the conferences.
Nice.
And it was really, really inspiring, right? And, this is also where I met Professor Mamazama, right, which is the founder of Afrocentricity International, right? And I was really inspired by, the message. And this is where, we went back to Germany with my friend and we created the division there, right? Afrocentricity International Germany.
Nice. Okay. So you guys, and I have to commend you for that, because so you guys didn't just hear it and say, okay, cool, that's nice. You guys actually got involved and you wanted to take part and make something happen.
Exactly, right? When you hear about all those things, then, it has to mean something. It has to transform your life somehow, right? And, this is where you say, okay, not just talking, right?
That's it.
Get into the organization part. Right? We organize ourselves.
Exactly.
And then, start doing events and doing things and changing stuff in our life, right? And then, after Germany, I came here and I was like, okay, I started some great work there in Germany. I cannot just let it be, right? I have to continue here.
Okay, okay. You see, I'm glad you brought our listeners a little bit through the reality so they understand what brought us to this here. But again, I commend you because there's a lot of people who just hear it and it's like, yeah, but they always ask the question, well, what can I do? But no, there's a lot you could do. Like, you can get involved. You could volunteer. You could contribute. You could, but but you're taking the lead and taking the challenge of setting it up and being that example. So I commend you for that and for what you're doing in the community.
Thank you very much.
Good. So now actually, this is a good segue. So now we could get into AI Canada. So so if you want to break it down, so everyone understands what is it, because I just gave the acronym.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
Afrocentricity International.
Canada. Exactly. So Afrocentricity is an ideology, right? Like it was created by Professor Molefi Asante.
Okay.
And Afrocentricity International, the organization, was created by Professor Molefi and Professor Mamazama, right?
Okay.
So Afrocentricity is really about bringing, the African people at the center of the existence. As I was mentioning, right, like a lot of things that you hear about, it's not your own version of the story, right? Most of the time it's the European that came and they say, oh, you guys were savages, we brought you to civilization and all that kind of stuff, but I mean, what is civilization?
That's it.
Right? And the truth is, civilization, according to the European paradigm, is not the same as according to the African paradigm.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Like they would tell you, okay, civilization is having big buildings and that kind of stuff, but is really the case for African people. No. It's not that we are not capable of building them. We build pyramids and all the stuff, right? But in the African paradigm, civilization is being well educated. It means that you respect the people around you, you respect the nature, right? Yeah. You respect the order of the cosmos, right? Yep. You don't just kill animals, right? just for the fun of killing, right? Exactly, just for sport. Yeah. No, this is not civilization for us. Right?
You see, like my God, we need claps, guys. I need to invest in the clapper, because what you just said there, it's like it's such a heavy perspective, because they're telling us what it is to be civilized, but yet they're coming like barbarians.
Exactly, right?
Okay, great.
And they're doing all the bad stuff, and we are the barbarian. But yeah,
exactly.
So you have to come back at the center of your existence and don't listen to what they're saying, right? Because you have your own way of seeing that, and you have an heritage, right, from your ancestor, right? And you have all that kind of solution, because we see that there are different solutions to different problem, right? Yeah. And the way you solve the problem is heavily dependent on the way you see life itself. Right? Wow. So some solution will be acceptable for some culture, but for others it may not be acceptable, because maybe it's not taking into consideration the nature, right? Maybe it's not respecting life. So this is why it's really important for us to be back at the center of our existence, right? Like being connected to a root and, look at life from our own perspective and bring solution, with our own paradigm. And this is what Afrocentricity is about, right? Bringing you back in the center, bringing you back in power. Okay,
jeez. Guys, this is exciting. So now, as we're listening, I know that, and you guys do a lot. So if you could just share with the community just some of the initiatives, some of the programs,
exactly, some of the programs. Sure. So we do some conferences. Like we have the Afrocentricity Day. It's in May, where we do conference. I mean, with the COVID last year, it was really virtual, and it has some perks too, right? Because you can reach people across the world. Right? When you're doing a Zoom, then people can be in France or Belgium or wherever and connect to that. So when you have this conference for the educational part, right? Like all those scientific and cultural terms, right? This is this is where we can discuss them, right? And for that event in particular, we like to, we pick a topic and we look at it with Afrocentricity, with an Afrocentric perspective, right? Like, okay, so this topic from actuality or in general, like how is our way of looking at that, right? That problem, what would be our way of solving that, right? According to our paradigm. So this is one event. And then we also do events like honoring the ancestor, right? Like in August we have a barbecue that we do for honoring Marcus Garvey and Duty Bookman, Cecil Fatiman, right? Like because the anniversary, like the birth date is in August, right? And it's something that's also important for us is that we celebrate the birth of our great people.
That's it.
Not their death.
Not their death. Exactly.
Right? Because, most of the time you're like, okay, yes, he was assassinated, he was killed. Like, okay, but no, this is not what we should celebrate. We should celebrate the day that they reincarnated. Like they came back to the community. Yes. To bring all the great stuff that they did. Right?
See, and I just want to bring just attention to the fact, even as you say, how they are reincarnated, because again, that is more to our understanding of what life is and how life is. It's cyclical. We come back, like we live an experience, we transcend, and then we come back again. Exactly,
right. And this is our paradigm. Right? If I may say something about it, like it's not just some kind of belief.
Exactly.
We say that because we know, right? I'm not going to get into the details of that because it gets into the spiritual parts of the stuff and everything. Yeah. But this is real stuff, right? We know that. We know that, and we know how to talk to the ancestor.
Right. Exactly.
Like the people that are departed, we can talk to them.
Yeah.
Right. So this is not just some religious stuff, right? Like we have to understand that there is some real science, in our culture, in our tradition, and it's also part of the work that we're doing, right? Like bringing people near to that science, to that knowledge.
Wow.
And this was one event, and other events like Kwanzaa, it's coming in December, right? And we have Kwanzaa that we happily celebrating, right?
Exactly. And we're gonna deep dive, and actually, and we'll transition in a moment to deep dive about the Kwanzaa event and stuff like that. But I wanted to just highlight what I feel is really important, especially in these times. And I feel that the work you guys are doing is really important, because I feel, especially what we went through with COVID, I feel it was an eye-opening time for a lot of people in the community. A lot of things were shut down. It gave time for people to think about what's really important to them. And for me personally, spiritually, I feel like my spirit has been calling me more to reconnect with nature, and has been calling me to just kind of reconnect with my ancestors and just get even more grounded in like my purpose on the planet. And because I feel like throughout everything, like we know we're here for a reason, but we get distracted, right? We get caught up in the rat race where like we might be here on a mission to enlighten and encourage or whatever, uplift our community, but then we get stuck in our jobs doing our 9-to-5s, and so the more material aspect of life becomes more important. But I feel like with the COVID, it made everybody pause and stop and think and reflect, and like it's a time now for people to really like look into what you guys are doing, connect with you guys, because you guys are bringing people back to our roots, to our origin, to our to the beginning, like you're saying, the center. And I think that's where we need to go as a people, because it's like we have to know where we're coming from.
And if I may add, for me also, COVID, it was like it helped me realize at which point to social events, like the social part of life is very, very important, right? Because sometimes it's just like, okay, the party, like this is just a party, and it's not important and stuff, right? That are more important or elevated stuff to do.
Of course,
which is true, right? There are many stuff to do, but the social part is also very important, right? And this is where people realize that when you're not meeting other people, then it is hard for you. You get sick.
You do.
Human beings are not meant to live alone.
That's
right.
it.
We are meant to be social, right? Connecting with people, right? Interacting, and there's a lot of healing that is happening there too.
Well, my brother, you are talking it. Snacks. I wish Queen Kai was there today. Queen Kai would be snapping. But it's because we talk about this all the time, because like I feel anything that starts to encourage separation, we have to be careful for. Because it's not natural. Like if you look at us, like if you look at our cells with a microscope, you'll see everything comes together. The cells, everything works together. When you look at ants work together and they do different things. Like us as human beings, we're a species of this planet, and we should be functioning within that same nature. Like we should be like interacting with each other, feeding off of each other, supporting each other. We can, like that energy. So just us coming together, like you're saying, it's beyond just a social activity. It is actually a reinforcing activity. It's uplifting, rebuilding. Like it's so it's very, very necessary that we do these things. So 100%. So let's transition now actually into Kwanzaa, because that's what this event is going to be doing.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it.
Yes, Kwanzaa, right? So it will be Kwanzaa time.
Yes.
And, Kwanzaa is a celebration of family, culture, and community, right? And, it was established by the doctor, Professor Maulana Karenga, right? Somewhere in the 60s, right? And I think it's really important. So maybe one point that I would like to stress, like Kwanzaa is very, very popular here in North Africa.
Right.
Not Africa, North America,
Right.
sorry. But when you go to Europe or in Africa, it's today that people start hearing about Kwanzaa, right?
Okay.
Yes. It's very popular in North America, but in other parts of the world, maybe not so. But still, right? So when I come here, like being of African descent, and I see something like that, I'm very happy. I'm like, yes, like the people, they started at some point, organizing and saying, okay, we have to get back to our roots, right? We have to reconnect, right? And this is why for me, it's really important that I can join that effort, right?
I love it.
Instead of coming and like, oh no, I know better, and I don't know.
No, you see, again, it's important to put focus on that, because we talk about unity all the time. We talk about doing stuff all together, but then we launch our own initiatives and do our own things separate. And we're like, we should do it together, but I'm going to do my own thing. It's like, that's so, and
exactly. And there may be a reason why people want to do their own thing, right? I mean, I'm not going to judge them, but I think that, we have to put more effort, right, into joining what is already existing. And we see that, the Professor Karenga did his homework on that, right? The Kwanzaa is based on the, I don't know how to say it in English, like fête de récolte, like
harvest.
Harvest fest, right? Okay, it's based on that, right? This is something that has been celebrated in Africa, right, through centuries, right? And when you look at the color of the Kwanzaa, right, the red, the black, and the green, right? These are the color of the Pan-African flag. This was coming from Marcus Garvey, right? He didn't say that I need my own personal color for my own personal stuff, right? No, he built on stuff that was done before, right? And this is why I'm saying, okay, for Afrocentricity International, it's really important that we build upon that, right? Kwanzaa is a Pan-African first, and we support the effort, we join that, and and we celebrate it with everybody else.
Brother, well said. Well said. And it's like, and I think I'm encouraging the community to come out because it's our thing. It's like for those, there's nothing wrong with celebrating Christmas if that's, that's what you guys are into. But take a moment to connect, especially for your children, for the next generation coming out. Expose them to the culture. Yes,
you have to. And if I may add, because you have to give stuff, the way that they were conceived and intended to, right? Like Kwanzaa is not a religious celebration, right? It's cultural.
Yeah.
So it's not in opposition with Christianity or Islam, right? Of course, for us, our Afrocentricity International, it's important to be connected to your ancestor, right? And this is what we doing, right? But again, Kwanzaa itself, right, is cultural. So if you're Christian, like feel free to do both, right? There is no opposition in that, right?
Exactly,
There's no opposition in that. But but then at this time of the year, as parent, I see that you have a big family. Congratulations on that. This is the real work.
That's what it is. Getting everything.
But as parent, at some point you ask, like, okay, you see. The holiday time is coming. You're like, okay, what am I going to do with my family? How are we going to celebrate?
That's
right. And you see like all this Christmas fever and everything. Like, okay, it's all nice, but there is a culture in that, right?
That's it.
We know that there is the culture of some people that's dominant, in the celebration. And you're like, okay, am I recognizing myself in that? Right? Are my kids going to recognize themselves in that? Right? So what can we do?
Yeah,
we have Kwanzaa.
and you're saying it because that was like one of the things with the children was really getting them to express their perspectives on it. And we keep it 100 in our house, so our children know what time it is. Like we let them know the difference. What is Christmas? Like how it came to being, like just a story, But we also let them know about our culture and the importance and like what Kwanzaa really means to them. And they like and actually, you could share like your perspective in terms of when you think Kwanzaa compared to Christmas, what is your perspective in it?
Cause hearing and listening to the conversation, it's like when I think of Kwanzaa, I think of it as a very like welcoming kind of holiday. Cause it's not like you said before, it's not designated to a certain religion like how it is for Christmas, because it's a welcoming holiday. It's a universal holiday, and I like it because it serves like there's certain life lessons also. Because for each day, I can't remember all the names right now off the top of my head.
But just the principles, yeah.
The principles of each day, and how they each have like different life lessons.
Exactly.
I feel like that's good for us as children to learn those life lessons too, especially like because every time it's around New Year, so every year that we get like kind of like a reboost of these lessons, I feel like that's good for us as children to learn those lessons.
Yes, and the way it's celebrated too, right? So we are Afrocentricity International, we in the events that we're doing, we also, try to educate people on how they can celebrate it, right?
That's
Again, there's no preservatives. We're just showing one way of doing that, right? People are free to, adapt and, do how it's better for them, right? But the way Kwanzaa is celebrated, you can also see that, there's the big part in the family part and in the exchanging, right? So for those who are not maybe familiar with that, so maybe I can say a few words on, the celebration of Kwanzaa. So as you was saying, like the 7 principles and, Kwanzaa is celebrated from 26th December to January 1st. So 7 days. And each day is a principle, right? We start with Umoja, with unity, right? And for the celebration, like, you would build your shrine, right, for the ancestor and put all the interesting stuff, like I would tell more on that in the event, right?
We're giving you guys a sneak peek, but we want you guys to come out.
Exactly.
It's the 30th.
Exactly, right? Just come and, we can celebrate all together and you can see in details how you can do it at home with your family, right?
Exactly,
so,
yes.
But, the really nice part, right, a really important part in the celebration, is like, when people drink from the kikombe cha umoja, right, the cup of unity, right, everybody from the family is going to drink from the same cup, right, and there's very, very deep spiritual meaning in that,
very
right,
symbolic,
because like the real spiritual stuff, like you drink from the same cup, right? I can tell you, like, the marriage, African traditional African marriage celebration. There's also drinking from the cup.
True. That's true, yeah.
Right? Right? Wow. So
there's a unity, there's a bond.
Exactly. There's a bond that's being forged there, right? You can see the spiritual part already, right? Wow. So, and you do that as family, where you create, and you intensify that bond with your family, right? And then you get to talk and everybody get to tell his perspective, right? On the today's principle and stuff. So, personally, I think that it's really nice and refreshing, instead of just dropping some present to kids, and saying
the tree and saying this,
and do the stuff, right? I mean, there's really deeper meaning in how we can celebrate Kwanzaa, and I really like it.
Okay, cool. So now, all right. So then, if I ask you, do you know all the 7 principles by heart? Like,
yes.
Yeah? Okay. Can we run them through for the people?
Okay, let's go. Okay. So the first one is Umoja, which is unity. Second one is Kujichagulia, which is self-determination. Third one is Ujima, which is collective work. Fourth one is Ujama. This is economic cooperation. Fifth one is Nya, that's the purpose.
Purpose.
Sixth one is Kumba, creativity. And seventh one is Imani, faith.
Jeez, snap. I put you on the spot there, so you got it.
Yeah. So I know my stuff, guys.
Check, you got it. Okay, he knows his stuff, guys. No, but honestly, okay, so this is like, it's been years, and so it's the OFC and WestCan that we're collaborating with you on this event.
Yes, again,
because it's important that we show this unity, that we work together. There's no point in us having separate events. Because I know the OFC, we used to put on a little something for Kwanzaa, WestCan as well. So we're like, you know what? Let's join forces and just do it all together. It's better for the community, and it's a good example to show.
Yeah, and we really appreciate, you guys celebrating with us now for a few years, right? Like, it would be the second, third time?
Yeah, it's going to be the third, because
it's going to be COVID stuff. Yeah, with the COVID, we had a break, but it's going to be the third time, and I can see that, it's a better celebration, right? Like, I mean, you guys contributing with nice stuff.
Yeah, we bring games, we bring energy,
exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's really nice, right? Yeah. It's really nice. And also, I think that, maybe it's important, like, every organization, maybe, we should make the effort and, and make a step toward each other, right? Because, obviously, it's no politics, right? The way we're doing that, we explain about Kwanzaa, no political discretion, right? This is a moment to be just community and enjoy the time, right? Like we leave all the academical discussion and all that. We know that, you know, every organization has stuff that they're seeing and, you know, where they disagree. That is fine, that's okay, right? But sometimes, you know, we can leave all the discussion and, you know, just be together, you know, enjoy the time, right?
And enjoy that social time together.
Exactly, social time together. So I really appreciate you guys, you know, joining us on the celebration of that event.
And that's really nice. That's all love. And actually, so now even as you guys are listening to this, if you're a part of a different community organization and you want to get involved, we invite you out. We're going to share the contact information to get involved. You could come as guests this year, and maybe next year you could be part of the collaboration as well.
Yes,
that would be awesome to get more organizations involved and have them invite.
Exactly, we definitely open, you know, on having other people, you know, join in the organization and the celebration, right? And we can even make a rotation, right?
That's
like
it.
Enough organization that every year one organization is responsible for, you know, setting up everything, and, you know, we just go there and celebrate with them.
I love that. So let's give the people some contact information, because people are listening out there, so they want to take part. So first off, so for the event, it's going to be Friday the 30th.
Exactly.
So if you want to just give the information, location, contact information where they can reach you.
Yes, sure. We do have that flyer that is circulating, right? We can also forward in the network, but
it's going to be on the Empower Hour page for sure.
Exactly. So it's Friday, December 30th. It's at 7 p.m. opening. It will be at Kali Moment. You can look it up in internet, right? This is by the way, you know, the venue is owned by a sister of the community.
Nice.
Right? Yes,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we are really into encouraging, you know, a business from the community, right? And I was really happy, right, to discover that place. So
beautiful.
I mean, very nice place, very nice venue. You know, we were expecting you, right? And it will be like 7 p.m. I was saying. Contact. So we have a Facebook event for that. You know, if you go to Afrocentricity International Memorial on Facebook, we do have the event there. We will have all the details, right? With the flyer and stuff. So there is a phone number on the flyer right now. I don't have it. We will share it. Yes, we will share it.
Yes. So I'll share it. So you guys grab your pens. I'll give you guys a second to open up your phone so you can take down the phone number. All right. 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. Enough time. So the phone number is 438-802-2225. That's super simple, guys. One more time. 438-802-2225. All right, and the address, just so you guys can note it as well, it is 7012 Côte de Liesse. So that is in Ville-Saint-Laurent. And again, it is a Friday, December 30th, and the doors open at 7. And there's a small contribution. So we are selling tickets in advance. We are encouraging people to buy their tickets in advance. Yes, please. Like, it's $35 in advance, and it will be $45 at the door. And we're gonna have more delicious food. Last time. Guys, for the price and the food and the vibes and the entertainment, it is well worth it. I encourage everybody to get your tickets in advance. There's gonna be more at the door. You guys, you want to save that money? You get the tickets in advance. And you know, since I'm there, like, really a shout out to all the people that are contributing for make that event accessible, because like, as you know, if you will try to compare, right, like most event at this time is like $50-$55 minimum at entry, right? So if we're doing that at 35, it's because some people are actually sponsoring that, so that is accessible for everybody. So thank you for all those people, right? Like, if you guys feel like you want to contribute, so don't hesitate, right? You can reach out to us. And for us, it's really important that it's accessible, like people can just come and come and take part. Because it's family event, right? So maybe it's also important. So kids are welcome. Yes. Kids under 12 don't pay. From 12 up, you know, they have to pay for the food, right? But because they eat a lot, these children. You know, like young adults. Well said, young adults. After 12, you guys are children anymore. You guys are eating like grown people. But yes, but this is fine, right? They have to grow.
Right? We need strong men and strong women in the community, right?
That's the idea. That's the idea. But also for those who just want to, is it the same phone number and contacts for those who just want to get involved? Like for those who want to get more involved with the organization, if they want to take part in the programs, like, because I know there's people who are listening right now, and the idea of reconnecting and understanding the center of themselves and their culture and stuff like that is resonating with them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is the same phone number, or they can reach us on Facebook. Right? Facebook is really the best way, right?
Yeah.
Because, drop a message, right? We answer them and invite them to the to our meetings.
So, and if they go, so if they just search Afrocentricity in general, then they'll see everything world, like all over the world, Afrocentricity.
Yes, exactly. We have a lot of organizations around the world. Right? We have divisions in United States, in Europe, in Africa, all of the world. And actually, this is good, right? Depending on the country you are, right? Like just search Afrocentricity International on Facebook, and you will see all the divisions pop up, and you can pick the one that is nearest to you.
Brother, this has been awesome. Like, I thank you again for what you're doing, for just keeping the culture alive, for creating this opportunity for us to be able to again reconnect with our center, understand our roots. These are foundational things, and we're in times, again, like I keep saying it, it's like life is giving us this opportunity to kind of reconnect. Life has come full circle, so to speak, no pun intended, but it is coming full circle, and it's time for us to just know our roots, know our history. And I like one of the terms you're saying that it's our paradigm, right?
Yes.
And I think it's important that people even just understand that, like, you make your reality, right? Like, what you focus on, what you think about, it starts to morph your world.
Exactly.
Right? So it's time, guys, that we get into this paradigm where we understand that we're kings and queens on the planet. We're not ancestors of slaves. That's not our
very nice point, brother. Right? You know, our history doesn't start with slavery
at all. It's right? It's so crazy that's what we think. Like, it's like, guys, stop it. Like, but without groups like Afrocentricity, bringing that real history to the forefront, like we're only going off of what we quote unquote know, and that what we know has been taught to us by the Europeans, who technically who took over the things and completely refed us the information how they thought fit. I said that in the nicest way possible. It could have been a lot more colorful, but it's just like, so with them trying to tell us what civilization was, we know more, guys. We come from a very rich history. So I thank you for what you're doing, my brother. I encourage you. I'm looking forward to the event this coming Friday. Or the 30th, I should say. And again, one more time, I just want to remind the community, check out Afrocentricity on Facebook. Now, before we close off, what I like to do? I like to ask our guests to leave our listeners with some empowering words.
Yeah.
As this is the Empower Hour. What would you like to leave us with?
First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me. I very appreciate it, and I would like to thank the ancestor, right, for bringing me here and to show me the way. And I'm sure they are going to show me the way home, right, that I can go to my family unarmed, unscattered. So, as empowering word, like we were saying, our history starts a long time ago, right? We have a very, very, very long lineage, and you have to look at it this way: like, when you walk, you don't walk alone. You have your ancestor behind you, right? And the more you reconnect with them, the more people walk behind you. So when someone is going to look at you, he's not looking at you. He's not looking one person, one single person that's going to throw around. They're going to see an army. Like, when I see my brother Pharaoh, I'm going to see like 30,000 people behind him.
Right.
Like, oh no, I don't want to mess with you.
Okay.
Right? So we really have to connect ourselves to our ancestors, to our lineage. This is our heritage. This is how we're going to get powerful. Like, what empowers the other is not necessarily what empowers you. You have to get back to your center and really look for that source of power for yourself. This is the only way to rise on top.
Woo! Jeez! You guys have heard it. This is Empower Hour. I can't say anything else after that. That is how you close off the Empower Hour. Thank you again, my brother, for being on Parlay with the People. Wishing you all kind of success with the organization, all kind of growth, and just looking forward to our event coming this Friday. Peace and much blessings.
Thank you, brother Pharaoh.
Kings and queens, this was the Empower Hour with Pharaoh Freeman, Queen Kaya, and Gina the Great. We are on live every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. and broadcasting Thursday mornings at 7 a.m. on CKUT 90.3 FM. Hopefully you got your dose of entertainment, enlightenment, and empowerment. Subscribe and watch us on empowermtl.com and email us at empowermtl@gmail.com to anonymously be featured on our What's the Tea Mail segment. Stay blessed, black, and highly favored.